It's Setsubun in Japan, so let's explore.
Our first stop is Yasaka Shrine, where geishas dance and beans are thrown into the crowd. Everyone reaches up, hoping to catch some for good luck. Setsubun marks the beginning of spring, so it's kind of like Groundhog Day, but instead of checking for a shadow, roasted soybeans are thrown to drive away bad luck and bring in good fortune. If you look it up, it seems pretty simple. People dress as demons, and beans are thrown at the demons to scare them away. But in reality, every shrine celebrates a little differently. Like, this shrine has no demons, and the beans are thrown at you. So I guess the real demons were in our hearts all along. When researching Setsubun, the internet promised me demons, and I wanted demons. I started digging and found what is said to be the biggest demon festival in all of Japan, which is at Yoshida Shrine, my next destination.
So from now I'm walking to Yoshida Shrine, and hopefully I will get to see some demons.
At the time, I had no idea how massive this festival was going to be. It was about a 40-minute walk, but I love walking around Kyoto and hate the bus. Google Maps did take me down some questionable roads though. Seriously, I didn't expect the festival to be this big, but look! The streets leading up to Yoshida Shrine were completely packed. These food stalls stretched on forever, and there were over 800 of them. And the deeper I walked, the busier it got. This wasn't just a small shrine event, it was a giant festival. And I was starving, so I quickly picked up some taiyaki and this demon mochi stick thing.
On the main walking area, it's way too loud to kind of talk, and I also don't want to get in people's way, but I have this demon yatsuhashi, and it looks really good and it's super cute, so I wanted to try it. So this is like mochi, and it's actually a little spicy, like cinnamon. It's really good.
Suddenly, I heard an announcement, and everyone started moving towards these gates, so I followed. Eventually, there was nowhere else to move, and the crowd stopped, surrounding a shrine area that was roped off. I waited there for about 30 minutes, until they finally appeared. The demons. There were 3 demons, red, blue, and yellow, wearing traditional tiger print. They yelled and growled at the audience, making kids and babies cry instantly. This is part of the tradition. Some families actually bring their kids to specifically get scared. Watching this footage over, these demons are freaking terrifying. I can't help it. I feel so bad for these kids. Japan actually has a lot of traditions of terrifying children. This is usually to encourage good behavior. The demons raged and yelled for 10 minutes. From then, an announcement told a story about the demons and how they would perform a ritual to send the demons back into the mountains. I thought it was funny that they are allowed to just go back into the mountains. Like, the demons show up, cause chaos, make some babies cry, and then they just politely leave. Yoshida Shrine Setsubun Festival actually lasts a few days. And tomorrow, they'll hold a huge bonfire where old charms and decorations like this are burned. There's definitely more meaning to all of this, but this is more of a real Setsubun experience video and not a deep dive into demon lore. I then slowly made my way out of the shrine area, and it was crazy crowded. But seeing everything from up on this mountain was so beautiful. All these food stalls lit up at night. It really did feel magical. I honestly can't recommend this place enough. It actually might be the biggest festival I've ever been to. And my favorite part? Even though it was huge, there were so many food stalls that you barely had to wait in line. I've been to summer festivals where you have to wait like 20 minutes just to get some overpriced yakisoba. But this wasn't like that. On the way out, I grabbed a giant sasebo burger because it looked amazing. Sasebo burgers are basically Japan's version of an American diner burger. Big, fresh, and made to order. I also saw Ehomaki, the most famous Setsubun food, and I figured I should buy one. But I decided to get it somewhere else.
So now I'm going to go to the supermarket and get Ehomaki.
I stopped by Life, a popular supermarket, and they had tons of cute Setsubun decorations. Some parents wear these paper masks and dress up as demons at home, having their kids throw soybeans at them. These masks are so much cuter than the ones at the festival. Anyways, I'm here to buy Ehomaki. Ehomaki is a long, uncut sushi roll, specifically eaten on Setsubun Day. I recommend if you want to get Ehomaki during Setsubun, to get it at the supermarket because it's going to be fresh, affordable, and delicious. They have all kinds of types here too, from seafood to pork to veggie. If you're in a pinch, you can also get one at the convenience store. But I always worry about the good ones selling out, even though that might be unlikely because they always have tons. Anyways, if you're in Japan in February, I really do recommend you try Ehomaki.
Okay, so I bought my Ehomaki and it's time to go home.
Tadaima! I'm actually really tired. It was super crowded and it was getting really cold, so I decided I basically wanted to come home and relax and continue to talk about Setsubun. With you, of course. I don't know why I'm so corny. I'm trying to keep up my energy. Rawr. So I wanted to come home, eat at home, and talk more about Setsubun. While I reheat my food, I want to show you the ehomaki and beans I bought. These are the most traditional Setsubun foods. So ehomaki is this giant uncut sushi roll that basically you eat in silence while facing the lucky direction for the year. It's meant to bring good luck and health for spring. Traditionally, you eat this on Setsubun Day, which is February 3rd, which is why I'm saving this for tomorrow. Oh, and before I forget, so this sushi roll was 980 yen. This is actually a more expensive one because it has salmon, tuna, shrimp, and lots of seafood. You don't have to go this luxurious, but I decided to because it's a special day and why not? I love seafood. I also bought these beans. These are also eaten on Setsubun, usually after throwing them at demons, people cosplaying demons. And yeah, so I will also be eating these tomorrow. The one shrine that I went to, they were actually giving them out, like they were throwing them, but I was unable to catch any, so I had to buy some for myself. So here's my sasebo burger that I got at the festival, and I'm so hungry and so excited to eat this. So there it is, I'm gonna have a bite. It's really quite hot. I can't stop eating this burger, I'm starving, but I'm also trying to continue the conversation. So I have to say, the Setsubun festival at Yoshida Shrine was amazing, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you're a tourist or if you live here, it was probably one of the biggest festivals I've ever been to. A bit too crowded though, so some people that don't like that might not like that. I'm not a big fan of crowds. I kind of put up with it. I don't go to those kind of events all the time, so yeah, but it was very crowded. Not in a way that I felt in danger in any way, but I don't know, there's one guy that kind of pushed on my back and he was really pissing me off, to be honest. There was a bunch of people around and it was just this one guy like pushing on me and it was like really rude. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he was a creeper or anything like that. I think he was just like a pushy, rude old man that wanted to go closer to the action to get pictures and that, but like I wasn't moving. I was there first. I think he was trying to put pressure on me to like get out of the way. It was just kind of unpleasant. It was really rude. Anyways, that's enough about that. I want to keep this positive. And honestly, that was the worst thing that happened all day. The day was amazing. One thing I really realized though is you gotta go like an hour or even more if you want to be in the front row to see everything really clearly, which kind of sucks because, you know, standing in the cold for an hour, not really fun, but if you want to get those best shots like of the demons and of the geisha, the Maiko, you have to line up an hour earlier for sure. Okay, so final verdict on this sasebo burger. This is amazing. It is like a giant sandwich with a hamburger in the middle. And it has so many ingredients in it that just go really well together. I love this kind of thing. And it's not really traditionally Japanese, obviously, but on the way out, I was starving and I saw this and I was like, that's what I need. Yeah, anyways, this is awesome. So next I have my taiyaki to try. I don't know if that shows up on the camera. It's actually steaming. And then we open them up. Oh, it's nice and gooey.
So I got the Anka one because that's what everyone else was ordering. And I often just order what I see everyone else ordering sometimes because it means it's probably good. Not necessarily, but you know. Okay, so I'm gonna try a bite. Honestly, this is the best Anko I think I've ever had in my life. And I'm not exaggerating. It's quite sweet, but not like too sweet. It's nice. Recommend. So you might be familiar with taiyaki if you are into anime. And I will be honest, the first time I knew about taiyaki was from anime, specifically from canon. So speaking about anime, lots of anime characters are actually inspired by Japanese demons, Japanese oni. The most popular being Lum from Urusei Yatsura. She has this tiger print outfit that is heavily associated with Japanese demons, and she's even got little demon horns. We also have Rem and Ram from ReZero, who are based off the blue and red oni in folklore in Japan.
Anyways, this isn't supposed to be an anime video, so I will shut up now. But I think to celebrate Setsubun in my own little otaku way, I will be watching Demon Slayer and some other oni anime today.
Happy Setsubun!
Hey! It's February 3rd, Setsubun's actual day. So I plan on eating this Ehomaki in silence and facing the lucky direction. To get in the right position, which is this way this year. So I'm facing the lucky direction, and now I'm going to eat my Ehomaki in silence. So I'm not really sure how interesting it's going to be to watch me eat this in silence, so I might do something in editing. Not sure yet, but you'll see in the future. Itadakimasu. So is eating Ehomaki in silence religious or just superstition? It's not a strict religious rule, but some families take it very seriously. It's meant to be a quiet moment to wish for good luck, with no talking and no distractions. For other Japanese families, it's just a fun seasonal tradition, kind of like making a wish before blowing out birthday candles. So how strict it is really comes down to the person. Gochisousama deshita. Ah, that was so good. Next, I ate some of the traditional soybeans I bought.
Uh-oh. Ma, camera desu. それ面白いんだけど. No! I dropped the beans. I mean, 3-second rule? 4-second rule or whatever? As for these beans' flavor, they are unflavored. I don't know if that makes sense. They're not salted or anything. They taste like almost like plain peanuts. I don't love or hate them. They're very mild. They're fine. I probably would never buy them unless it was for Setsubun though.
Recently, even bakeries have been getting in on the Setsubun fun, selling cute roll cakes instead of sushi rolls.
So this is a strawberry roll cake, and this is a chocolate cake? I'm not sure, but I'll cut it open and show you. So this is a cake. Ja-jam. I was trying to flip this over and I just broke it. I do plan on watching some like demon anime while having these sweets and basically just have a little party. Little Setsubun party.
I feel so bad killing him, but I will stab his face. From here on, I kept the night chill. With these cakes, some demon anime, it was basically a quiet night in. My own little version of Setsubun. If you want more Japan vlogs, check out this video next. Or maybe this one. See you there!